and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be taking you from day makeup into cut crease makeup in a hurry. First, I'm refreshing my face with the setting spray from Ofra, just applying that all over my face and then pressing it in gently with a powder puff. I need to freshen up under my eyes, so I'm going to apply a concealer, which is a peach color, just on the darkness where I have, so literally just in the inner corner and the beginning of the eye socket. I don't drag that all around because there's no need for that. I don't have any darkness on the outer corners of the eyes. The less you apply around the eye area, the better, because this way you can avoid creasing of your fine lines or expression lines, whatever you have. I'm also applying the peach colored color corrector around my mouth, on my chin, which is where I have some darkness. I'm going in with one of my favorite foundations, which is Teint Visionnaire by Lancôme, applying that all over the face with a brush. And then I'm setting that in with Ofra Makeup Fixer, applying that on the Beauty Blender and then pressing it gently because I prefer to have a natural looking foundation. I don't like it to be cakey and definitely don't like it sitting on top of my face, especially now that I've got some fine lines. So I make sure that I press it in gently. I'm setting it with the Dior setting powder. It's a translucent powder. It has a tiny tinge of pink, but it doesn't really discolor the makeup whatsoever. Next, I'm going in with a highlighter or lighter color concealer. Again, I'm applying that where I did not powder, and just to brighten up the under eye area. Contouring with powder is my preferred choice, and again with contour, as with everything else, I like to go in very gently, keeping it nice and soft, no sharp lines whatsoever. Going in with a smaller brush to begin with, and then I blend it out with a larger brush. Now I contour my face shape according to my age and my face shape, of course. So I want to make sure that I create this lift for my cheekbones, and I also want to cover up the width of my face, which is around my temples. This is the widest part by far of my face. So blending it in nicely with a wider brush, and this is a angled brush, but it's nice and fluffy, so it's really good for blending. Now I'm using a highlighter from Dior, and I'm applying that to the top of my cheekbones, around my temples, just a little bit over the cupid's bow, and a little bit on the forehead as well. I personally like the glow to be natural looking rather than too much in your face, because I do want the makeup to show more than the highlight itself. I want to attract attention to the makeup more than my cheekbones, because my cheekbones is where practically my crow's feet start and my fine wrinkles, fine lines. I'm applying a neutral shade on the eyes after I've primed them, of course. I did not film the priming. So I'm applying a neutral shade all over the face, and then I'm starting off with creating the crease. I'm using a dark brown shade to create the depth or the contour of the eyes. For this, I'm using a fluffy brush, and I'm holding it from the other end of the brush to allow me to apply a light pressure on it so it blends out nicely at the same time. Here I'm going in with another fluffy brush, and from the LA Girl Be Yourself palette, I'm using the color Extra, which is a really nice dark green, almost like a teal color. Now I'm applying that over the outside of the crease and also underneath my lower lashes. Now, if you want to do a cut crease in a hurry, or you're not confident creating a winged eyeliner, now this is a really good tip to keep in mind. So instead of creating the winged liner over the upper lashes, just create it underneath. Now, be mindful though, if you have hooded eyes, this may not work well for you. Now I'm drawing out the color underneath the lower lashes, and I'm emphasizing that with the Vogue, which is a black color from the LA Girl Be Yourself palette, and I'm drawing the black really, really close to the lower lashes, just to give it that more smoked out effect. I'm blending out everything with the same brush I used before. To draw out the cut, I'm using an eye primer by Clarins, which has a slight pigment to it. I'm very carefully starting off with the arch. So I'm using a rounded flat brush, which helps me a lot creating that really sharp line and the crease to separate the dark color from the mobile eyelid, which is going to be a lighter shade. And I'm extending that all the way out because I want to create that wing using the eyeshadow rather than an eyeliner. And I make sure that they're both symmetrical, facing the same angle. Personally, I like to set any kind of primer with some powder. And here I'm using a neutral shade, which is the Humble shade in the LA Girl palette. And I'm applying that all over the mobile eyelid. And again, because I'm doing a cut crease, I do want to make sure that it's completely dry from any oils or moisture that the primer might have. Now I'm just blending out the lower lashes, so the makeup that I applied on the lower lashes, just to soften it out a little bit. And I'm extending the lower wing, if you like, with the eyeshadow. I'm using the extra color here, which is again that dark green. I'm trying to make it as sharp as possible. Of course, you can use the black eyeshadow here as well, or you can use eyeliner, whatever your heart desires, just for ease and for speed, really. The eyeshadow is a lot easier to control and a lot easier to clean up if you do make a mistake. Now for the shimmery eyeshadows, for the center of the eyelid moving outwards, I used a shade called Sociable, which is a nice gold color, and for the inner corners, I used a color called Eclectic. And I use that for the inner corners and also really close to the darkest part, so where the cut actually begins. I applied eyelashes here and I'm applying mascara over the top. Applying mascara over the top and the lower lashes will give you a more smoked out effect. Finally, with some lipstick, lip liner and lipstick. Now the lipsticks that I'm using here are both from Maybelline. I like to use two shades. One of them is a base color, which is here, the number 65. I remove the excess by pressing a tissue on my lips, and I apply a lighter shade just in the center of my lips, and in this case it is the number 55. I remove the excess again by pressing a tissue on my lips, apply lip gloss in the center, avoiding the edges so I don't get any bleeding. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You'll give it a try. Please let me know if you found it as easy to do. Leave me any comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.